This video is brought to you by Dr. Kristen R. Bromley's Guitar Method Book Series and Online Music Academy.
Hi, I'm Dr. Kristen Bromley. Welcome to my online academy. It's so great to meet with you in this online setting. In this video, I'm going to explain minor ninth chords, and I'm going to go over a couple voicings that work really well on the guitar, and then we'll jam together on a progression that will allow us to practice using these chords in all 12 keys, so it's going to be great. As we're doing that, of course, we'll be jamming right along with bass and drums accompaniment, which is super helpful and makes it fun. This video accompanies lesson 24 from my Chords and Harmony Books 1 and 2 method book. In the book, we're going to start on page 171 as I walk us through what minor ninth chords are. And then on page 172, you can see the chord diagrams that I have up here on the board, if you'd like those up and close. So pages 171 and 172 as we get started. Then we're going to go jam on a chord progression on page 147, number 4. Number 4 from page 147. So those are the pages we're going to use. Let's talk about minor ninth chords. So we've been learning a lot about ninth chords lately in the lesson series. With minor ninth chords, we're basically just adding the ninth to a minor seventh chord, which we've learned previously. But in review, a minor seventh chord has the root, the flatted third, the fifth, and the flatted seventh. Root, flatted third, fifth, and flatted seventh. It takes the first, third, fifth, and seventh steps of a Dorian minor scale. That's just a little FYI on the side there. But you'll see at the bottom of page 171 the example of that written out there. So that makes a minor seventh chord. Then what we're doing is adding the ninth to that, and we're sticking it on top most of the time when we can. So the root, the flatted third, the fifth, the flatted seventh, and then that ninth. Now I can't stick the fifth in there because it's on the same string as the flatted seventh as I'm demonstrating that in first position. I can throw the fifth on top and get it in there, but a lot of times with these ninth chords we'll actually omit the fifth because it keeps it sounding a little bit richer. So that's how those work. It's a minor seventh chord with a ninth added. This is different than a minor add 9 chord where we take the ninth and add it to just a minor triad, the root, the flatted third, and the fifth. It's a little bit different, super rich in sound, super pretty. I love the sound of minor ninth chords. So the way the chord symbol works. Now, the first thing to know is if you're playing a song that has lots of seventh chords, major seventh chords, dominant seventh chords, minor seventh chords, minor major seventh chords, any of those, if you're having them in there a lot, you can actually choose to add the ninth in to the voicing just because you like the sound of it. So sometimes when we're playing, we'll have chord symbols that are just written at what we call the seventh level, and we choose to add the ninths in. But at other times, the chord symbol will specifically call for the ninth. So the way this works is the 9 is going to replace the number 7 in the chord symbol for the minor seventh chord. So we're going to have the root like C, and then something telling us it's minor like a lowercase m or a minus sign, as you'll see these examples at the bottom of page 71. And then normally we'd have a 7th for a minor 7th chord, but now we're just going to put the 9th there. The 9th is going to tell us that the 7th is also in the chord. When we use the word add in front of 9, that's when we know that we don't have that 7th there. That's just being added to the triad. But when we see that number 9, the 7th is also implied, and we need that 7th in there to truly have a minor 9th chord which has a 7th. So we see the 9, it implies that the 1, 3, 5, 7, and 9 can be in the chord. In this case, we're going to have minor 9th chords. So the root, something telling us it's minor, lowercase m, or a minus sign, and then the number 9. So simple as that. Let's take a look at these shapes. So these shapes aren't too bad, kind of friendly. We've got a 6th string form and a 5th string form, meaning we have the root on the 6th string for one form and the root on the 5th string for another form. Wherever we put that note, whatever pitch that note is actually on, that finger is actually on, is the version we're playing. So we'll start off by looking at this with the C at the 8th fret on the 6th string. So we're going to be playing C minor 9. We're going to play that note with the middle finger. Ring finger is going to play the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th strings in the same fret, and then pinky's going to reach for the 9th, 2 frets higher on the top string. And with that we get C minor 9. So I'm at the 8th fret with my middle finger, just like that. For the 5th string form, which I'll demonstrate also at the 8th fret with the root, so we'll be playing F minor 9. We're going to put our middle finger on the root. Index reaches 2 frets lower on the next string, and the ring finger plays in the same fret as the root on the top 3 strings, and we get F minor 9. Now with this one, we have the 5th on top. sometimes when we're playing, we just don't really want the 5th on top, and so you can actually just play through to the 9th, which is on the 2nd string, so just play those inside 4 strings. To do that, you can change your fingering and use your ring finger and pinky, or you can just have your ring finger bar over and not strum that top string. So it's as simple as that. Now, it can be helpful to go back and forth between the two, C minor 9 and F minor 9, just getting used to finding those and fingering those. Here in the video, we're going to go ahead and jam on that chord progression found on page 147. Number 4 on page 147. It's written with minor 7th chords, but we're going to go ahead and insert the 9th with the minor 7th. And with that in mind, we can actually, as we've learned all of these 7th chords in recent videos that have the 9th added, you can play through any of the progressions in lesson 22 using 9th chords instead of the 7th chords that are specified by the chord symbol, so we can add 9ths to any of them. So you actually go back and play along with the videos, the chord progressions that are jammed along in those videos. You can play along with any of those using the 9th chords that we're learning now in place of the 7th chords that we learned then. So if you want more practice than what we're going to do here. But as we go through, this goes around the circle of 4s, so you might warm them up with that. C minor 9 to F minor 9. We go down 2 frets for the B flat minor 9 and E flat minor 9. We go down 2 frets for A flat and D flat. We slide up to G flat with the root on the 9th fret. Then we got the B and the E, down 2 frets for A and D, down 2 frets for G and C. So we end just like that. I'm just going to use a do-dot strumming pattern that we've done before. It keeps it nice and simple. Of course, that's found on page 92 where we've worked on that sort of thing before. But we want to keep the strumming simple as we learn these new chords. This is going to happen at 3 different tempos. We'll do it at a slow tempo, slower, 90 beats per minute. Then we'll do it at 120 and then 150. So you get 3 different tempos you can work on mastering this progression with, which gets us working on all those chords. So it's going to be great. Let's go ahead and play this together. Okay, awesome. In the next video, we're going to take a look at major 6/9 chords, so we can add a 9th to a 6th chord as well. So it's going to be great. Take care, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching this video. If you found it helpful, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. And be sure to check out more great content. You can find more information about me and my products at KristenBromley.com. Take care.